To continue تذكرة السامع والمتكلم of Ibn Jamaah rahimahullah, we've entered the chapter where he discusses the manners of the Shaykh with his students, and he mentions that there are 14 types, and today inshallah we'll enter into type number 3 or point number 3, where he mentions rahimahullah that he makes him desire knowledge, that he makes the student desire knowledge and seeking it most of the time. That most of the time he reminds him and makes him desire seeking knowledge and seeking it by mentioning what Allah has prepared for the scholars from the high honorable levels, that they are the inheritors of the prophets upon members of light, and that the prophets and the martyrs desire it, or similar to that which has been reported in regards to the virtues of knowledge in his people from the different evidences, or from the different verses and narrations, from the different verses and narration which are mentioned regarding this affair, and reports and poetry. He also makes him desire with slowly attaining that which will aid him upon attaining it, from being sufficed with that which is sufficient from this dunya, being sufficed from it, occupying his heart and being attached to it, meaning not being attached to the dunya, and having sufficiency with that which he has provided. Not always thinking about the dunya. He should remind him to not always think about the dunya, for making the heart turn away from the desires of this worldly life and increasing from it, and being sad upon losing it is better for the heart and the body. For making the heart turn away from the desires of this worldly life and increasing from it, and wanting to increase from it, and being sad upon losing it is better for the heart and the body. Is better for the heart and the body. More honorable for his soul, higher in status, lesser in envy, and more eager in preserving knowledge and increasing it, and increasing from it. For that reason it is little those who attain a great amount of knowledge, except he who in the beginning of seeking it was upon what I mentioned of poverty, being satisfied and turning away from seeking the dunya. More of this will come in the chapter regarding the student, insha'Allah. Now this affair that the author here mentioned, rahimahullah, is important. That one desires or makes the student like and desire seeking knowledge, and that he makes it something which is beloved to him. Some benefits we'll take regarding this affair is that the two things that a student knowledge should pay attention to that will make him seek knowledge is, as Shaykh Salih al-Usaymi mentions, is one, looking at the virtues of knowledge. For looking at it time after time will increase and move his determination and zeal in seeking it. So the more you repeat looking at the virtues of knowledge, the more you will increase in determination to attain it and seek it, and your zeal will increase. For if he comes across that which Allah has prepared for him in this dunya, from the beautiful mention, and in the hereafter from the great reward, his soul will desire to be from those who carry it. The second affair is that he continuously looks at the way of those who preceded him, from the people of knowledge and those who carried it. For if he does so and comes across their striving and seeking knowledge, his soul will move to trying to imitate them. For the one who loves the righteous, their stories will move him to imitating that which they used to do. Now as for the affair of poverty, or the student of knowledge not desiring much of the dunya, and being sufficed with that which is provided for him, and not desiring the dunya too much, the scholars mention that this specifically, or especially at the time of the beginning of seeking knowledge, is very important. For if he doesn't have much of the dunya at the beginning of seeking knowledge, and his soul doesn't desire it, and is at ease from seeking it, he will gather his heart upon the great intent, which is that which he is seeking to attain, of knowledge. For if he busies and occupies himself with the dunya in the beginning of it, he will cut off from seeking knowledge. It will cut him off from seeking knowledge. So it's important that one, when it comes to the dunya, he takes from it that which is in need, and does not have his whole purpose the affair of the dunya. For that reason the Prophet ﷺ, he said, قَدْ أَفْلَهَ مَنْ أَسْلَمَ وَرُزِقَ كَفَافًا وَكَنَّعَهُ اللَّهُ بِمَا أَتَى. Successful is the one who has become Muslim. وَرُزِقَ كَفَافًا, he's been provided self-sufficiency. وَكَنَّعَهُ اللَّهُ بِمَا أَتَى, and Allah has made him happy with that which He has given him. So being sufficient, or being okay with that which Allah has provided you, and not desiring too much of the dunya, and not chasing after it, and not feeling at loss because of it. Also not envying others due to that which Allah has given them on the dunya. Whilst you're seeking knowledge, then what you're seeking is of greater intent than what they are seeking. And that is the affair of seeking knowledge and seeking nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and raising ignorance from yourself and ignorance from others. So it's important that one remembers this, that the dunya is something which will come to an end. As for the dunya, the more you chase, as we mentioned before, the more you want more. And it's not going to stop. But the one who seeks knowledge and benefits from it, it will correct his affairs. And will end up leading to correcting his affairs of the dunya as well, as the scholars mentioned. So one shouldn't let the dunya and desiring the dunya turn him away from seeking that which is more important, that is knowledge. For the one who has money is in need of this knowledge as well. For he has to pay zakat. There are other rulings that are applicable to him. So everyone is in need of knowledge. Everyone is in need of seeking this knowledge. So it's important that the money and the dunya is not a reason for why you stop seeking knowledge and leave it off. Rather, the teacher should encourage him and teach him the benefits of knowledge and the virtues of it. And also that he should not chase after the dunya and leave off seeking knowledge. Number 4, he says that he loves for his student that which he loves for himself. As comes in the narration, and he dislikes for him that which he dislikes for himself. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, the most honorable of the people upon me are those who sit with me, who walk through the people to come study with me. If I could make it so that not even a fly falls on them, I would do so. In another report, if a fly falls on them, it harms me. This narration of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, with both wordings, is not authentic. With both wordings, is not authentic from him. Rather, it is weak. He should pay concern to the students and that which benefits them, and deal with him the way he deals with his most beloved children, from being good to them and compassionate towards them, being patient upon that which may occur from them. Perhaps no human is free from a shortcoming and bad manners at times. He should make excuses whenever possible, but also stop what has occurred from him with advising him with gentleness and being gentle towards him, not being harsh, intending by that giving him a good cultivation, correcting his manners and correcting his affairs. If he comes to know that due to his intelligence, meaning if he comes to know by way of indication, al-ishara, due to his intelligence, then there is no need to say it clearly. If you advise him by indicating regarding an affair to him, and due to him being intelligent or smart and bright, he realizes that what is intended is his act, and he stops there, there's no need to clearly utter it. But if not, then he should make it clear to him. He should cultivate him upon the high manners, encourage him upon pleaseworthy manners, advise him with customary affairs based upon the legislative way. As for benefits regarding this point that he mentioned here, that he should love for his student that which he loves for himself, then it comes from the Prophet ﷺ, which many of us have memorized. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you will truly believe until he loves for his brother that which he loves for himself. So he should love for his student that which he also loves for himself. And as the scholars have mentioned, the student is from the closer brothers to you. The student is from the closest of brothers to you. Now, a benefit regarding this hadith, لا يؤمن, when you see the word لا يؤمن, it indicates upon obligation, as mentioned by Shaykh al-Islam and Ibn Rajab rahimahumullah. Thus it is obligatory to love for your brother that which you love for yourself. A benefit Shaykh Salih al-Usaymi mentions, that it is not obligatory that the teacher just mention different points of benefit to the students, different ma'lumat, for them to attain different points of benefit, but rather that which is great is that they beautify them with all high noble manners. The teacher teaches them the noble manners. If not, then what is the benefit of knowledge without manners? Rather, a man cannot be a scholar in truth until he has manners, for knowledge is a delicate gem. Allah will not place it except in those who are suitable to carry it. If one of us will not marry his daughter or leave his wealth with one with bad manners, then Allah's jealousy is greater than to place knowledge with one with bad manners. And some of the Salaf, they used to say, with manners you understand knowledge. So it's important that we learn manners and good manners, and that we have good manners, and that we do not have bad manners towards with ourselves and towards others. Rather, we have good manners and we beautify ourselves with all high noble manners. Now, a point of benefit that Shaykh Abdul Hamid al-Hajuri mentioned here, which is an important benefit, and it's from loving for your brother what you love for yourself, is that he mentioned a point that a student of knowledge must have three things. One is that al-bukur. He must be from those who benefit in the early day. For as he mentioned, that if you do not benefit in the early day, then the rest of the day is going to be put at loss. And this is a reality that many of us face, or many of us are aware of. If you don't start the day off good, do not start the day off with benefiting, then most likely the rest of the day you are not going to benefit either. Also, the second one he mentioned, al-hirs, that you must be eager to seek knowledge. You must have eagerness in seeking knowledge. And the third one is as-sabr, patience. So you must have these three things. They're all important in of themselves, and this is from love for your brother, which you love for yourself, is an advice. That one who seeks knowledge, he should start his day off with benefiting. For if he starts his day off with benefiting, most of the time, he will benefit for the rest of the day. And if he does not do so, then most of the time, he will not benefit for the rest of the day. He should also have eagerness, and he should also have patience. Number 5, he mentions that he goes easygoing in teaching him. That he is easygoing in teaching him, being soft and kind in making him understand, especially if he is deserving of that due to his good manners, and strength in seeking it. You should encourage him upon being strong with the benefits, or becoming strong with the different benefits, preserving them, and preserving the unique benefits. You should not hide from him the different types of knowledge he asks about, if he is suitable of knowing it, for that may turn his heart away and cause estrangement. Meaning, if he is someone who is deserving and able and knowledgeable to that extent, where he asks about certain affairs which he is able to understand, then do not deprive him of it. Rather, teach him those affairs, for if you do not do so, it might turn him away, and it might cause estrangement where he does not want to learn from you anymore. Why? Because he feels that you are not giving him that which he desires, and he is able to understand it, and he is from those deserving of knowing it. Similarly, he says you should not give him that which is not suitable for that which causes him confusion. If the student asks him regarding something of this type, he should not answer him, and make him understand that it will harm him and not benefit him, preventing him in regards to this for his own good. Then he should encourage him in striving and seeking, so he can reach that level of understanding that and other than it. And as we mentioned, the explanation of the word Rabbani, that he is the one who nurtures the people with small knowledge before the big knowledge. Now the origin in regards to legislative knowledge of the Quran, which is the Quran, the origin of knowledge is the Quran, is that it is built upon ease. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنِ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ, that we have made the Quran easy for remembrance, so is there one who will remember it. Thus what is appropriate is that when one is teaching, it should be similar to this, something which is easy. So attaining it could be easy, and the person can benefit from it. Thus the teacher should use easy statements to understand. And this is an important point that is important, that many of us, when we speak to people, some of the people nowadays you'll find that they like to use big academic words. And it's a reality. If you look at some of the books that you buy now that are translated into the English language, perhaps you might even need a dictionary to understand the English language, let alone understanding the book. So it's important that, yes, one should try to use some form of eloquency in speaking, but most of the people listening to you or trying to understand your lesson are people who maybe the English is not the best either. So to use big words and to use words which maybe you are, because you've studied some form of academic classes or some form of university classes, or have the English language which you've become good at, it does not mean that the one you're teaching is also as good in English language. Perhaps you may mention a benefit, and in his mind he's thinking that I want to go look in a dictionary to understand the word he used, not the benefit that you mentioned. So it's important when teaching, you understand the level of those who you are teaching. Do not be from those who use big words that are that are not able to be understood. And this is something which is important, for you find some of those who give khutbahs as well. They use words that perhaps one who has been raised in learning the English language may not understand what he is talking about. But because he feels that he has to be eloquent and use these big words, academic words, he uses them. No, that's not right. Because the intent of your khutbah or the intent of your class is to reach the people benefit. If the only one benefiting from this lesson is you because you understand what you're saying, or those who are strong in English language as you, then that benefit is not reaching those who you're intending by. So it's important that one, when he tries to teach or teaches or gives khutbahs or like this, that he makes it easy for the students to understand. He does not make it as such where he uses lowly language, and language which is not befitting, we understand, but he should not also use language which is above the people's heads. He should not use language which is above the people's, rather he should speak to the people with that which they are able to comprehend and understand. That which they are able to comprehend and understand. Now the teacher is trusted in teaching, as a mother is trusted in nursing her young child. So she gives him nourishment little by little. Similarly, the teacher should not try to teach the student everything at once, rather little by little. Teach them that which is suitable for their level. And similarly, the student should not try to attain everything at once. For that reason, it comes from this famous narration of Az-Zuhri, مَنْ رَامَ عِلْمَ الجُمْلَةِ ذَهَبَ عَنْهُ جُمْلَةً. The one who tries to attain all knowledge at once, it will leave him all at once. So it's important that it's done step by step, and the teacher should encourage him upon this. Not try to attain everything at once, for in reality, you find that those who do so, many of them, they stop learning because it becomes overwhelming. Another point that he mentions are benefits. Knowledge is not all speech. That knowledge is not all about speaking. Rather, a form of knowledge is remaining silent. So if someone asks you about something which they're not fit for, here silence is better than speaking. Here silence is better than speaking. For that reason, he says, do not answer him. If he asks you about something which is not suitable for his level, you do not answer him. Because a form of knowledge is a sukut, is remaining silent and not answering. For that reason, he says, lam yujibhu. Do not answer him. Another benefit is that it comes in Mas'ud radiallahu anhu that he said, narrate to the people that which they know. Do you want them to belie Allah and His Messenger? Showing us it is a mistake, which some do, whereas the teacher wants to teach the student everything he knows in the beginning. For some intellects can't handle it. Some of our intellects cannot handle some of the affairs that are mentioned. How many times a small affair is mentioned and the one listening misunderstands it, let alone detailed affairs? And this is something especially with the general folk and some of the new students. You mention some affairs and you yourself feel that it is extremely clear, yet he still misunderstands it. So narrate to the people that which they understand. Teach them little by little. Do not be from those who wants to sit on the chair and all his intent is to make himself look like he is someone who is very knowledgeable and that he has a lot of knowledge. For your intent should be not that. Your intent should be sincere for the sake of Allah. That my intent is that I raise ignorance from myself and I raise ignorance from the one I'm teaching, so that he may benefit. If it is not suitable for him to understand this affair right now because he is not at that level yet, I won't mention it to him. Rather, I will teach him little by little, and as he learns, he'll become more suitable for that affair, to understand it. So it's important that when it comes to knowledge and learning, or the one teaching, that it is done step by step, little by little, not all of it at once. Not all of it at once. For that reason, it comes to some of the Salaf, such as Imam Shafi rahimahullah, that learn knowledge, he told Al-Muzani, that learn knowledge that if it is said to you, أخطأت, that if إذا أخطأت في يقال لك أخطأت. If you make a mistake in it, it is only said to you, you made a mistake. Not that which if you enter into an affair and you make a mistake in it and you have become misguided. So everyone has levels and not everyone's level is the same. So you teach in a way or you learn in a way which is suitable for the one you are teaching or learning. Or the one who is learning is trying to understand that which is suitable for his level. So it's important to understand this point and not be from those who tries to attain everything at once and confuses himself and causes confusion to himself and others. Maybe he misunderstands a point, and due to that misunderstanding, he relays that knowledge and relays it wrong, and he not only confuses himself, but he confuses others as well, as occurs. And I'll mention a story here that occurred to me, that a brother, whilst we were performing Umrah, he mentioned that after the 3 times walking around the Kaaba, that one goes praise behind Maqam Ibrahim. And we said to him, no brother, that's wrong. And what was his understanding is that he misunderstood the statement of who he learned from. This may be something which is clear, known to everyone. Because he misunderstood it, he tried to spread that to some of the brothers while they were doing tawaf. And due to that, some of the brothers almost left off the tawaf. So it's important that you learn little by little and you try to understand correctly that which you learn. so that you do not cause yourself confusion and do not cause confusion to others. And similarly, it's important for the teacher to teach his students that which is suitable for them, so that this does not occur from them as well of confusion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who understand that which our teachers teach us, and to be from those who learn knowledge step by step to increase in it, and to be from those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefits by this knowledge and statements and actions. We'll stop with this inshaAllah. Subhanakallah.